welcome your 2026 Philadelphia Eagles.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Xavier Worthy now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who Brock I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. A pickup of 17, and that's a Chiefs first down.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest, and runs like that, it gets the ball rolling.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And he has this down to the 34. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
First down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And a first down, Chiefs.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Chiefs first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down throw, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Kate, you know this. All those amazing essays you wrote at Cal, that start to that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Only took him one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. First down throwing for Hurts. He calls his own number again.
That's just the case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Eight yards to go, and let's see how they approach this second down. Hurts now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
On third down, it's Hurts. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
22 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
We've set of downs from the 37. One of the tight ends in motion left. First and 10, he keeps it on the option. And he gives himself up after a short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. They'll throw 3rd and long. Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Elliott connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Worthy now to return it. And decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the 2nd time this game. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. somebody there for that quick stop, but a nice completion gets him across midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. No doubt they take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Here's Mahomes on a designed run. Good defensive effort here drives them back across midfield onto their own side. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Connects on the crosser. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get 19 on that pickup. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these out cuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. Play action, Mahomes. Now here he goes. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. Here's a screen now for Walker. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
This is Walker on second. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. He gets it to Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get 6 more on their early advantage. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11.
14, Eagles 3.
Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you home run and may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of a yard. And an Eagles first down. First and 10.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment than this one later.
First down, on with Barkley. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. Well, he's going to get a few here, brought down at the 33-yard line. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Mahomes. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. But the catch does get him to the 39-yard line. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's him the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Walker now from the gun. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. That's caught for the first. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down throw, Mahomes. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. Well, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythm. It's truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? Got slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And things look tougher now with third and long.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Another throw for Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They gain 11 on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Walker on first down. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. On the draw, it's Walker. He couldn't quite break it. Still a 5-yard gain, though. Third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Mahomes here from the gun on third down. He finds Worthy complete. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and goal, Kansas City.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Walker goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Now from back at the 7. Here's third and goal. To the air, Mahomes. So they wind up with about 6 out of that play. Now we all wait and see if they want to go for it.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
Leaving the offense out there. It's 4th and goal from the 1. Trying for it, it's Walker. And he gets in, touchdown! The Chiefs make it a 3-possession game. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown! So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs push their lead to 18.
Eagles 3.
Butker on now to kick this one away.
Kickoff for Kansas City.
Covey now to return this. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers, right, in a tournament. They don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. They go to Barkley again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Hurts. And down he goes. The Chiefs got to him. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
A number of times we see quarterbacks with his running ability make plays, critical plays on 3rd down. It's got to be refreshing for that defense to finally see them on the right side of it.
Braden Mann out once more for another punt. Chiefs have Xavier Worthy out for the return. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. So that's going to be our 2-minute warning. 1:58 to go in the half. More football from the link coming up in just a moment. First down now, ball at the 33. Pressure coming from Mahomes. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's him the first.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. Connects on the crosser. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Coming to the line for another first and 10. Back to the air, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, go punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
The Eagles taking over now late in the first half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off that deficit. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
8 yards to go as they get set on second and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. And he hauls that one in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get more points to end a lopsided first half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Butker to try the point after. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Chiefs continue piling on to this lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Hey, switch!
Back to throw, Hurts. Scott Smith again. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
1st and 10 from the 43. Shotgun snap for Hurts. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this 3rd quarter. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Zone read give here to Barkley. And dodge the tackle. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Hurts now from the gun. Smith snags it over the middle. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
For an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Dumped off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
They'll motion Brown right. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Thinking touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. And maybe worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Hurts now on 4th. Making the call himself. He will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. And this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it too.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
The Eagles will set up for the
running the read option. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
On the return, here's Nico Remigio. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Chiefs and Rashee Rice readying for a new series on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Gain of 15 there. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
First down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Kelsey's got him right side. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So 2nd down coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Oh man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up too.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
3rd down, and they need to get 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He finds Worthy, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
All set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. And they're going to hand him a big loss on this first down. Forced out of bounds several yards behind that line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. To the air, Mahomes. Great coverage all the way to the sideline. They're on him to end that quick pass before he can get vertical.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
For the Chiefs field goal, a 19-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through and make this a 19.3 score advantage.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. He's going well so far. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. First down now, ball at the 33. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He put everything he had into this one. Tries one back across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kobu. And the Chiefs get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
The Chiefs offense out to take over. They are in great shape here as we wind down this 3rd quarter, and they've got a 3-score lead. Another, well, that could put this just too far out of reach. First down from the 42. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Running with Walker again. And he is down to the 30-yard line. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Now that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
So on fourth down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Butker knocks it through. And they're able to convert despite that errant snap.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
The entire playbook is open here, Brock. It is 2nd and inches. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Eagles football, and they're going to look for points here, but it might be a little too late for them in this lopsided game. First down from the 42. Back to throw, Hurts. He's got Smith again. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts throwing again. And they give to him as he was trying to make something happen. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Desperation time here on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. A lot of mess on the move here. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get it back to within 2 possessions. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Now Hurts getting his guys set for this 2-point play.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
2, Brock. He can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone.
Eagles,
Okay, Brock,
18.
dialing up another 2-point call. And you remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Falls short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board?
My jersey. I'm gonna switch speed.
Jake
Elliott's
to
all
kick
set
off
for the kickoff.
Philadelphia.
Mejio with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes.
6-yard line.
And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember. But as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Has him on a quick hitter. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lift at any time.
They give up the gut to Walker. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
And a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Kansas City.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you've got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Mahomes now. Here's a screen now for Walker. And he's able to drive this to the 29 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Quick throw completed by Mahomes. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Give him 8 on that one, and that's a Chiefs 1st down.
and those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Another throw for Mahomes. Cut near the goal line. He's out of bounds. Looks like right around the 5-yard line, partner. So they're going to be set up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Back to the air, Mahomes. And this is going to be a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs making a 3-score game in the 4th. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Butker to try the point after. Troubles with the snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Chiefs stretch the lead to 23.
Eagles 18. Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
New set of downs for him from the 31. On 1st down, Hurts. Tops it off to Barkley, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's Smith on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. Absolutely fires this one right side. On it, and he nearly picked it. So couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's 2nd down.
He was covered by
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's going for it himself. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took up. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
All set to go now from the 35. Hurts on 1st down. He calls his own number again, and he's brought down at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped about a half second before he can pick up the 1st. Ball down to the 26. He's going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on 3rd down. Trying to get it with the option here. And he gets this forward to the 19. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that can do what he just did. Took the ball himself for a big run.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Complete out to the right. He gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Looking to tack on 2 more. The Eagles and Hurts to the line.
The Eagles will set up for the 2.
They'll try it on the ground. And he reaches the end zone on that 2-point try, Brock. This is going to cut it to a 2-score game now. Down 15.
Eagles 26.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They're going to pass it here. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Out of bounds, just short of midfield.
Second down now, 7 to go. Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Gronk, and now they stay out there for 3rd down. Well, this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the 4th quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
And he has the Chiefs first down there, Brock, and the celebration can begin as they can run out the clock now on this one.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 13 yards. And a first down, Chiefs.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Right back to Worthy. And he'll go down here at the 16. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Number 1, Xavier Worthy. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Eagles' 16-yard line.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on this 2nd and inches. Now go with Walker on the counter. And he'll get them enough for a first down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. That's a designed run from Mahomes. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Philadelphia.
Are you kidding me? That was terrible. Awful. Seriously, just disgraceful. You ain't going nowhere.